China has reported the highest daily number of new coronavirus cases in 2 months.
This particular market is a very large one, and so there's a lot of people there. Just one case going into the market, which is semi-enclosed. You can imagine there could be transmission onwards.
They are now in wartime emergency mode. So what does that mean?
Beijing, which went 56 days without a domestic COVID-19 case, reported a new case on June the 11th. More new cases are emerging in China's capital city, and they are all linked to one place, Xinfadi Wholesale Market. The virus was detected on a chopping board used for imported salmon. Swift actions were taken, but the public is still worrying. Will there be a second wave of COVID-19 in China? After reporting the country's highest daily number of new coronavirus cases in months on June 13th, Beijing is racing to quash the outbreak at an early stage. Mass contact tracing and testing are underway. The National Health Commission is promising to report new cases online within 2 hours, test results within 12 hours, and complete an epidemiological investigation within 24 hours. The local government has wasted no time switching on wartime mode to control the outbreak. Residents who had been to the Xinfadi market were tested at the Xuanwu Stadium through the night.
所有卡口均安排人员24小时值守，恢复体温检测，加强公共部位消杀，暂停开放文化娱乐等室内活动场所。
But still, the link to a farm goods market reminds the public of the outbreak in Wuhan that started at a seafood market. Xinfadi Market, the largest wholesale market in Asia, provides 70% of Beijing's vegetable supply. More than 15,000 people travel through here every day. Could Beijing become the second Wuhan?
The two cities between Beijing and Wuhan are not comparable. The most important reason is that the current pandemic control mechanism in Beijing is much better than Wuhan in half a year ago. In December 2019 in Wuhan, we did not know what the COVID-19 was, and we did not know how to control it. Even we did not know whether it is human-to-human transmission. It made us lose the best chance to control the pandemic in the very early stage. For the current outbreak at Xinfadi Market, the Beijing local government and the local CDC have full ability to address the new confirmed cases.
Speed is the key word in China's prevention work. With previous experience and research, scientists have quickly discovered that the virus strain in Beijing does not resemble the type that widely circulated in the country, but is more like the one in Europe.
那么多株都指向呢是欧洲流行株。那么欧洲流行株呢，它不一定代表就是来自欧洲国家带到北京的话呢，有可能是物品，也有可能呢是感染的人。那么这两种可能呢都存在，所以我们呢在这个做进一步的调查研究，试图回答这样一个问题。
If anything, this means that the virus is much more cunning and trickier than we thought. Until a vaccine is successfully developed, humans might need to be prepared for a continuous battle against the newfound virus.
So the reemergence of the COVID-19 cluster in Beijing, especially after the 0 local cases for around these 2 months, actually this event indicates that in spite of our very strict disease control measures, there's still some gaps in our knowledge and some blind spots in our preventive strategies. For example, the possibility of contaminated food or goods transported from other disease-affected regions, is it possible? And also the possibility of some undetected asymptomatic patients who is traveling to the community, and also also the possibility some infected animal host previously unidentified probably get a second chance to expose itself to the human beings. We don't know.
On a global scale, the COVID-19 pandemic is far from over. As Chinese people nervously watch the new cases in Beijing, there are over 100,000 new COVID-19 cases every day around the world.
I think that with our previous experience and our successful control experience, I believe that we should be able to bring this to an end very soon, because now we know how to have the more transparent communication, the public education, and people, they also realize that how to protect themselves, how to maintain a good personal hygiene, and also even if there's an outbreak, how could we have the early detection, early intervention, and also the early control measures to stop this disease from further spread.
As China strives to reopen its economy and resume operation, the possibility of small COVID-19 clusters cannot be ignored. But as the first country to successfully control the outbreak, China has passed the Wuhan test, which is much tougher and enduring. Now, Beijing is going through the test again.